3, 2, 1.
Tim's kinda dumb, let's help him get smart. It's time to teach Tim stuff. Hey, welcome to Time to Teach Tim. Got John DeMan in the house.
Yeah.
And we are learning, drum roll please, drums.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Thank you for coming by. Thank you for bringing drums. We got the pads. We got snare drums, right? These are the snares.
These are the snare drums. It seems like I have to teach you nothing. You've already learned everything, Tim.
I know like a bare minimum of drums.
Okay.
I know enough drums to play like 3 punk rock songs and then like that's it. So I know doo-doo pop.
Yeah, I was about to say, isn't every punk rock song the same beat anyway?
Yeah.
Mostly.
It's doo-doo pop or do-pop, do-pop, do-pop.
Right, there you go. Yeah, there you go. I'm going to get shit from the punk rock drumming community to be like, it's way more than that.
But is it really? I mean, it's really not.
I mean, a lot of drums really you could break down into the do-pop, like, vernacular. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of drumming is just patterns. That's what I kind of wanted to get into today, because this is how, really from a very beginning of drumming, and from at least my beginning of it, it was a lot about patterns. And just like the different patterns you're doing and stuff like that. From the very beginning, you're learning about patterns and how to sort of use them and displace them throughout the music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When you first learned, did you learn from somebody? Like, did you start with classes? Did you start with learning on your own?
I started when I was about 13.
All right.
And I had a teacher. This is great coffee, by the way. Shout out to Tim Rager and his coffee making skills.
Thank you. This is Orion Two Bridges.
Oh, wow. Very freaking classy, yo.
Yeah.
Yo, very freaking classy. I do not get this shit at Starbucks, son. This is like, I haven't had a good cup of coffee in like a minute because I don't make my own coffee. This is nice.
Yeah.
This is real nice. I'm savor this shit, bro.
Yeah, shout out to trade.com. I think it's, or tradeco.com, something like that. It's like a subscription service for coffee.
Shout out to butt.gay.sex.com. For no particular reason, I just really enjoy that site.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't stop talking about it before. You're like, you got to check this website out. It's great.
Tim, please let me blow my own self up.
All right.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. No, we're having a lot of fun already here, guys. Also shout out to Tim Dillon, fake business mug. This is not my mug. Tim Rager brought it. Tim Dillon, next time you're in the Stress Factory, hit this guy up because he went to go see your show. He was telling me.
Yeah. It was a good time. I had all around.
Yeah.
I was like amazed that it wasn't like sold out. Like to me, Tim Dillon is like upper echelon. Like it doesn't get much better. And then like I went alone because I went to many comedy shows alone for some reason.
Yo, happens, son. You call me next time because I almost went alone to a Tim Dillon show recently, like over COVID or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
It was like $50 for a table.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm a broke bitch. What do they expect?
Yeah.
You know, I'd have to split that with like 10 people if I was ever gonna go.
Yeah, they expect you to have
you know what I'm
friends.
saying? Yeah. So we're friends. Let's definitely go see Tim Dillon.
Yeah. The only show I went to where I was able to not buy a whole table was Andrew Schultz, because I had already had the ticket pre-COVID.
Yeah.
So they're like, I was like, hey, I just have the one ticket.
Word.
And they're like, yeah, we can seat you. And then like I just sat alone on the side. It looked so depressing. They're like everybody in their groups of 6.
Yeah.
And I was just like off in the corner.
Man, I wish I could get pussy. I was like, fuck, man.
God damn it.
God damn it, why does pussy elude me so?
I really hope Andrew doesn't see me over here and then make fun of me.
He just did a whole crowd work special, too. He's gonna fucking rent me a new one. I'd love to see you pouting in the Stress Factory while everyone else has a great time. You're skulking and pouting in the corner.
Oh, if my career ever goes anywhere, I'm sure you'll get the chance to see me skulk.
Hell yeah,
That
bro.
didn't go as well. I thought that was going to go so much better.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's just me every time. Son. Yeah. That's literally me every time. Fuck, why couldn't Mark Gallup be in the crowd so I could just riff on how shitty he is and get so many laughs? No. Mark Gallup, if you listen, which I know you probably will, you're a good guy.
Mark Yabs and my parents are the only listeners I have.
How many times has he actually come up to you and been like, I actually really like your podcast, super genuine about it?
Actually, never.
He doesn't listen to it then.
I know.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck you, Mark.
Just throw the drums. It's like, this podcast is out. I'm teaching Tim how to fuck with Mark Gallup. No, I really don't know, bro. I feel like the kids that were there longer than us are fucking with them a lot more.
Yeah.
Hey, can you believe he's been doing it twice as long as the both of us? Yo.
Every once in a while I can, because every once in a while he's got a way to deliver something that is...
hilarious.
Yeah.
Hilarious, bro. Relentlessly, just like a fucking schlub. Yeah. Relentlessly. Like, everyone else in the world will try, like, knows they're a schlub, but is trying to, like, deflect and hide that fact. He is like, no, I am a schlub. Yeah. Everyone will know. Everyone.
He looks like Mark Maron, and he reminds me of Mark Maron, because he's like, he's committed to doing him.
Yeah.
Whether anything happens or not. So, like, good for him.
Yeah, good for him. Mark Gallup, love you. Never listen to this podcast. So everyone else should listen to this podcast and not tell him that we talked about him, because I'm going to tell him to his face later. So don't worry about it. You know what I mean?
Watch Mark Gallup comes in Sunday with, like, a drum kit, and he's like, I learned so much from the... He's like, I started... about halfway through, though. It was like, oh, thank God.
Let me ask you this about one more thing about Mark Gallup, because this is actually hilarious what I'm about to say. So suit jackets have to be dry cleaned, right?
Yeah.
How often that motherfucker going to the dry cleaner, son? He wears that suit jacket every day for a month. He is not dry cleaning that shit at least weekly, son. There's no way.
Yeah, true. I used to wear a suit jacket on... What?
Bless you.
Oh, thank you. Like over a sweatshirt. And I actually never washed it.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I've ever washed a suit in like 3 years. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. You know, and all the sweat from it that one time I wore it, a year later, is gone somehow. It smells fine.
Magic.
Yeah, it's magic. It smells fine. And so I wear it because the fuck the dry cleaner. But I'm saying I don't wear a suit. I don't wear a tuxedo coat every day. And I know for a fact that motherfucker's not going to the dry cleaner.
No.
I'll put Mark Gallup on notice.
Yeah. No. Watch, his like parents are dry cleaners.
His parents are Asian dry cleaners, and it's like, what's your secret, Yobs? Calgon. That's a 1970s reference. Like you and Josh Wells and Aaron are going to be hysterical, and your parents hysterically going to be laughing at that one. Yeah. It was the kids I know that are like 22. They're going to be like, what the fuck is he talking about? Is that Coronavirus Part 2? Calgon?
Yeah.
Calgon 19.
It's actually the creator of Coronavirus.
Yeah, is the guy from that commercial.
Calgon. For when you want approximately 200,000 people dead.
Approximately. In America only.
Yeah.
Right. Yo.
So you started...
Enough about Mark Gallup. I started drumming when I was 12, 13. And I went to the local music shop in my town. Mm-hmm. And I had a drum teacher there. And... did drumming in high school, was lucky enough to have a percussionist band director, so he sort of showed me a couple things straight up. That was just me going to school.
Yeah.
And from there, like, it was a lot of me learning by myself, too, in terms of, like, he would give me... That's what a lot of, I feel like, learning is, and that's what music and drumming especially has taught me, is you really have to put the time in on your own. Like, no one's really going to show you, because at the end of the day, you're like, and this is sort of the trajectory, and I think this is a trajectory for a lot of musicians. If I'm talking to you fast, please let me know, because I feel like I do that, is, for me, like, I'm a big Zeppelin head. So I would listen to Led Zeppelin and want to sound like them, which is impossible, but you're striving for that. Yeah. You're striving for that. And you want to sort of you get to this point where you're emulating all this other music that's sort of hitting you, and you never really have that realization. I don't know if I ever had that realization in terms of I'm never going to sound like this, in terms of I'm never going to sound like John Bonham, Keith Moon, yada 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 yada. But it's like I want to, before I even had that realization, I want to sound like me.
Yeah.
Because you get to that sort of inspiration inspires you to practice. Doing that practice sort of gives you the faculties, and the mental faculties, because this is all really muscle memory. You just do this so much that it's nature. It's second nature. And then you start to craft your own sound and your own approach.
Yeah.
So, and if anyone out there has experience, or have you ever had experience like thinking you're really good at something and then bringing it to like someone who's actually really good at something and they break it all down and say you actually suck and you kind of have to start from the beginning?
Yeah.
So what was like that for you?
So guitar was like that for me. Goaltending, like hockey, like those two things pretty much.
Word, yeah, because when I went to Montclair State, shout out Montclair State, go Redhawks. The guy basically, that I feel like that was sort of a thing that everybody did, but yeah, for me, he was just kind of like, all right, well, you got here, which means you're not a shitty player, but this is like, you have to really, you build up a lot of bad habits and this and that, and like you basically got to start from the beginning, and that really springboarded me to really take it seriously. And it just started going from there, you know what I mean? Just really and I had a lot of great opportunities with the drums, and was able to play at Carnegie Hall a bunch of times.
What?
Yeah. I played like the one I talk about mostly is Titanic.
The movie?
Yeah, the movie Titanic. Also the tragedy. But I'm talking about the movie. I'm talking about the movie.
Did they do like a live scoring of the movie?
The guy who played the tin whistle in Celine Dion's song "Near Far Wherever You Are."
All right.
Yeah. The guy's name is James Galway, who is so good at the flute that he was knighted by Queen Elizabeth in like the late 80s, early 90s. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he's a knight of the flute, and he would go to Carnegie Hall. He'd go to Carnegie Hall and like sort of pull kids and have them sing songs, from around the area. And Montclair was lucky enough to go through. And also, I was the New York City Youth Symphony as a percussionist. So that was like 3 concerts were in Carnegie Hall. So I was in that for 2 years. So that was 3 concerts right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that was just me like really focusing on, you know what I'm saying? Like I had to break all my shit down and build it up again. And I don't know if it's cliche, but that's just like, that was basically my whole drumming career.
Yeah. I mean, that's like important though. Cause like, I don't know, like the more you get deeper into something, I feel like a lot of times you get lazy with the fundamentals because you're focusing on adding on this other cool thing.
Yeah.
But it's like, hey, well, you got to do it with proper triplets.
Literally the fundamentals is like everything builds from there, and I'm still practicing. I almost wanted to bring stick control, but I didn't know if you knew how to read music, and I don't want that to be a whole explanation.
I actually don't. So interesting story. So me and my brother is a great musician. Shout out Jason. He was going to college for music. Would have probably went to Berkeley, but he didn't. He never learned how to read music.
I almost went to Berkeley.
Really? Mm-hmm. Crazy. I remember
so much money. I was like, fuck it.
Yeah. I don't think that we ever would have been able to pay for it.
It was like $40,000 a year or some crazy number. I was like, this is crazy. Yeah.
But I think that was the story at least. I don't know. I'm gonna see him tomorrow, so I hope I'm getting this right. I think he just like knew music. He could listen to music and be like, oh, all right, well, that's this chord, this chord, this chord. Mm-hmm. That's how you play it. But I don't think he ever learned to read sheet music. Word.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Paul McCartney.
Actually, I don't know if that's true. Oh, no. Here's sorry, I fucked up.
He fucked up.
He definitely knew how to read sheet music.
Okay.
The story was when my mom was touring the place, somebody asked her, she was like, oh, does he know how to read? Mm-hmm. And she thought that they meant like books.
Yes.
And she was like,
he's 19. I taught him to read.
She was super angry. She was like, what do you mean does he know how to
Oh man, that's a whole little thing in itself, though. That's hilarious. But I'm a big proponent in because I'm a great. That's actually one of my best qualities as a musician. Is I actually a great reader.
Yeah,
and a great sight reader. That's a skill. Are you able to sight reading? Is like they throw a piece of music in front of you and you read it on sight without ever even like practicing it. That's what it's called. And I'm actually really good at that. And saying that like music is a language. You know what I'm saying? So like English, imagine you were a really great speaker, but you were deprived, but you could not write, which I think is the more important thing in terms of reading music and writing music. You should be able to like, because just like you're going to die. So all those music ideas that you have in your brain that you don't know how to translate are just going to also die. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So for the fucking archival, aspect of it, I think more people should know. And I kind of wanted to make that sort of my mission, not my mission in life, but like because I want to spread that along, you know?
Well, it's like Beck put out an entire album that was just the sheet music.
That's fucking awesome.
He never, I don't think he ever did at least release like the actual... like a hard copy of him playing it. Yeah,
because if you're good at like, it's just like when you read a book, you know, you're reading like the waves crested over and you're painting this crazy picture in your head. Now with music, you get to paint this beautiful picture with the music. It doesn't have to stay in your brain. You know what I mean? There's no imagination. So if I'm reading like, you know, like... or something like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to... there's all this, like, this roadmap that's these is what you're supposed to play. And then you have all these own things that you could put on it in terms of, like, I'm going to phrase it in these certain ways. Yeah. And you get to that high level of reading music where you're just like, yeah, I'm going to, like, do it. You're not changing anything, but you're making it your own. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I didn't even mean to talk about music reading, but there's so many musicians that are like I almost said hilarious, really good at Paul McCartney doesn't know how to read. Really? Doesn't know, like, you know what I mean? He actually tells stories about he would he'd take a bus from Liverpool. He'd take a bus from Liverpool and like 3 towns over, so the only guy in the area that knew how to play this certain chord could show them. Really? Yeah. Yeah. Because it's like, there's a lot of chord structure, like I Want to Hold Your Hand is 4 chords. So imagine they had 3 of them. Yeah. And so there needs to be something else. I have no idea what to do. They literally drove to, Joe Schmo in freaking 3 towns over to learn the B7. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, there used to be like no internet or anything. So you had to, Dave Grohl's another one who doesn't know how to read music. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's a freaking, no one could ever say that he's not a phenomenal musician. Yeah, yeah. Probably a lot of these other artists now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how skilled in terms of reading it, these... anyone out now is, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have no idea. Yeah, and it's a weird thing where like you don't need to know that really. You need to, like, I learned how to play guitar completely from tabs. Right. I can't read sheet music. Right. I just know what a C is, C minor. Like, I just know what those chords are. Mm-hmm. So I know how to, when I see that it's played, because I cannot I can't pick apart music. I can't be like, oh, this is in, I think it's key of C or key of G. Yeah, yeah. You know? I can't do that. But when I look at tabs, I know what to do. Word, yeah. The more you inform yourself, too, because tabs, I feel like, is more like a second to second, like 10, 11, 9. You know what I mean? It's like very, and there's no rhythm, there's no meter to it. You have to listen to it. Yeah. So it's a lot of like, when you know that, again, this is again about reading. Mm-hmm. When you know the theory, it's just informing all of the music around you. So like the key of C, if I'm in the key of C, I'm pretty sure I know how this whole piece goes. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm pretty sure I know what the chords are going to come up, like way before they even come up. I'm going to be super duper prepared. You know what I mean? So I can kill this, you know? It's like I'm huge into theory. I used to like be a professor on it and shit. I love it. I'm just like a math-oriented kind of brain, and that's very mathematical. So it just like came kind of easy, and it didn't have to be algebra. It was actually music, something I liked. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm huge. Anytime you ever want to know, like. All right, next week on Tim Teaches Tim, John Teaches Tim music theory for 3.5 hours, and we won't even scratch the surface. No. This is my podcast, John. We're in my basement, too. Do not take it over. You're my new roommate. What? I loved him. Yeah. Mom, Dad. You open the closet, it's like fucking Terabithia. It's like... Or you ever see Futurama?
Yeah.
When Fry and Bender are staying at the same apartment, and for the robots, it's just a closet. And then it's like, and then he opens the door, it's this huge freaking apartment. It's like, what? That's a closet. You want to live in the closet? Fine. Yeah. I'll live in Tim's closet. That's actually what's going to happen.
Yeah, this is actually a reverse Bender situation.
Right. Yeah. Between you and me, who do you think is actually Bender? I didn't know younger you. I feel like back in the day, Tim was super duper Bender.
No, I think I'm Fry.
Word.
Yeah.
Do you do good voices? Are you a good impressionist?
No.
Sorry.
It's all right.
I have to scratch the microphone.
No, I don't do good voices.
I feel like that's Fry right there. That's like half a Fry.
Yeah.
Like your normal voice is like half a Fry. Like, what's Fry sound? I can't even do it. Like,
yeah, I can't.
I can't even do it.
I can hear it. I can
hear it. Like, nah. It's like, but that sounds like fucking gay Al Capone. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, in the middle of a drink. In the middle of the origamic tsunami, whatever the fucking drink. What's it called again? Let's plug it.
Orange Two Bridges.
Orange Two Bridges. Yo, this is some sick coffee, son.
I was just picturing Al Capone like, yeah, give me all your booty.
Yeah, take your pants off, see?
I'm gonna suck your cock, see?
There you go. That's a great impression. You gotta, yo. Tim's gonna be doing impressions for the next 3 weeks at Wawa and shit. You guys want to hear some impressions? It's gay Al Capone. Take your pants off. We were fucking goofing around with gay Seinfeld.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was going around with gay Seinfeld. Yeah, like,
oh, God.
Let me suck your cock. What's the deal with sucking dick? This is a great podcast so far. Anyway, drumming. What are you going to say? Come on.
What's the deal with size queens?
Why does getting fucked in the ass hurt so bad but feels so good? Elaine, get David Putty out of my ass. Jerry, I'm sorry, I was in your ass.
What if him and Newman really had like this like fling going on?
Yeah. Hello, faggot. We gotta cut that shit. You say faggot. Do you say it twice in a row?
Not twice in a row. Actually,
oh, damn it.
Actually,
if you say it 3 times, the gay guy comes here like Beetlejuice. What?
Oh. Well, I have had Dave Namery on. So,
oh, word.
Yeah. So yeah.
Still, he's better at it than me, so it definitely comes off a little nicer.
Well, it's because it's like, is he? Isn't he? You know.
You think he's gay? If we're gonna talk about Yaz, we're definitely gonna talk about Namery's fucking fag. He's not only a self-hating Jew, he's a self-hating gay guy.
We love you, Dave.
No, yeah, I mean, Dave's all right.
I don't know. He was wearing a Story Time with Dave shirt yesterday.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that's shameless.
I mean, Dave's is that kind of guy. He's like Kanye. Like Kanye bumps his own music at his own parties. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, of course he's gonna wear his own merch.
Yeah.
Like, Dave, I'll just be straight with you. I only like you because I know you're good, and I'm hoping that one day you will give me an opportunity, and I know you won't. I feel like I've known you too long that you will never will. Even if we're ever on the legit same level of funny, you're never gonna give me jack shit opportunities. But I do think you're really funny, and sometimes you don't annoy me.
Dave would never have an opener. He would just do that time. He's like, no, I'm gonna do 2 hours.
I feel like, dude, this is so. I'm just gonna come out and say this. I feel like this is the most we've ever like actually like laughed and hung out like in normal life. Like, you know what I mean? Well, we gotta get these microphones everywhere, Tim. Because like I feel like I end up like I feel so bad too because I'm just a distracted guy when I'm out there and just in general.
Yeah.
So I'll go to talk to somebody, could be anybody, and I'm like with them for literally 3 seconds, and I'm like, ooh, what's this? Oh, what's all this over here? And I'm just like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I like you, Tim Rager. I swear to God I do. Why don't you change your name to Tim Allen? I have no idea.
because I don't like I have the same story as Tim Allen.
You do.
Like used to be really big with cocaine and used to be famous and have a lot of TV show and monies.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah. See, me and Tim Allen, same.
I think so. I was thinking, you know how they brought in, I had this really dumb joke, but you know how they brought back Full House and call it Fuller House? And they're going to bring back Home Improvement, but he's gay. They're going to call it Homo Improvement. Like as a cock flies in his mouth.
His one son is like, you were gay the whole time? Like, you gave me so much shit for wearing eyeliner for half a season.
Well, hello there, neighbor. Well, hello there, neighbor. If you stop looking at my face and see the hole way down in the fence there.
Oh my, that would have been such a good episode if they had
Tim Allen just be gay for one.
What was the neighbors? Yeah,
it was like Hank or Frank or Stank or some shit.
Yeah,
like Howard or some shit.
You know what? It would make. He was always spending his time with Al.
Yeah,
Al's a bear.
Al is 1,000% a bear. Do you remember when he hosted Family Feud for a hot second?
No.
Al hosted Family Feud. It was the worst. He did it for many years.
Shout
out to Steve Harvey. Yeah. Big fan of Steve Harvey and how he hosts a Family Feud.
Oh, and anytime anybody says something slightly ridiculous,
oh, this guy just said, like, yeah, it's just like, yeah, I love that, yeah. Just like he just said. I almost said something so bad.
I'm glad you did it.
Yeah, I almost said something really, really bad. Oh, man.
Tim learns how to bleep words.
All right, should we get into some drum stuff, or are we just gonna?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, son. All right, so like pattern. So what I want to do, since I know you already did it, but I think that I wanted to sort of frame it as like anybody who watches this too could sort of like break up on the fundamentals.
Yeah.
So I wanted to show you first of all. Oops, got the. I don't know if you can all see. Got the John DeMan special sticks right here, son. I don't know if you all see.
Yeah, if you could put it like right up next to it.
Got the John DeMan freaking sticks.
Custom.
My mom bought me these when I was 18, and they haven't broke, so they're nice.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I actually really hardly ever break sticks. Like I do have a heavy hand. Yeah. I've never broken a cymbal. You know, people break cymbals.
Yeah.
I've never done that once. And I have breaking sticks, but it is actually very, very, very rare for me.
Yeah. Well, I feel like also like if you have like decent technique of like how you're hitting, you don't really like what amazes me about your drumstick is they're not chopped up. Like I have such a bad like technique of hitting. Like I'm constantly like rim shotting whenever I play, just because I don't know like proper arm.
That's what I want to do right now.
Yeah.
So, basically, first thing you want to do if you're wearing a watch or anything like that, you really want to take it off because it's gonna bounce on your wrist a lot. Yeah. We don't really want that.
Keep the bling on the neck.
Yeah. Keep the bling on the neck. I bought this fucking bling and I only wore it once because it was hard to put on because my big ass head. I couldn't even fit it over my head. The chain was too small. And I literally went to take it off last night. And I swear to God, I almost like lost all circulation in this part of my head. I almost turned into fucking Megamind or some shit. I swear to God.
It didn't have a clasp.
Yo, but I couldn't get it to work. I was trying to do it like a girl puts on a bra or some shit where they does in the front and spins around. Yeah. I was trying to do that shit and I just could not. Like I was like, with the clasp and shit. Oh man, son. Anyway, so you got to take off the stuff on your wrist or rings. Rings are okay, but I'm just saying normally you don't want to do that because you're gonna be using your wrist. Basically, there's two ways to hold the stick. There's really a lot of different ways to hold it, but like the two main ways that I know is this is called match grip. When you're holding with your knuckles, sort of these two top knuckles in your hand, almost posted up. And when you're holding the stick, the two most important fingers in this grip are the thumb and the first finger.
All right.
Right? So you want to hold it. Yours is actually the Vic Firth sticks. These are Vic Firth. It's faded, but there's a little flag next to the Vic Firth.
Oh, right.
This is normally a really great place to hold a stick. So you want your thumb to sort of go over that flagger in that sort of direction.
All right.
You want to hold the stick because if you hold it too much up here, you're not getting any bounce. If you hold it too far back, it's too much bounce. You're not getting as much control. So you want to find a good spot, which is usually where the flag is on a Vic First stick, or just like basically like you want to leave something around this much room in there, you know what I mean? Yeah. And there's once you start playing, you sort of know where to hold it, but you never really want to hold it too far up.
Yeah.
Because they're controlling it too much and you're going to get nothing out of it, and you lose control if you're doing this.
Yeah.
So you want to find a good...
Yeah, so like if you're like pinching it, you want it weighted down.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And right there, so I like where your hand's at. So here, when we're explaining a little bit more, you're holding the stick. Your thumb presses down on it. You don't want to hold it too tight in terms of, but this is where you hold it the tightest. So I want you to hold it like you're holding, tea time, right? And you basically want your thumb to be kind of straight. And what my teacher told me, this is kind of bleak. Here, I'll give you your stick back.
So like lined up with the stick.
Pretty lined up. What my teacher told me is if someone drove a nail between your thumb and this part of your finger, like it could not move. You know what I mean? This is what we call the fulcrum, which is basically the point of this is where you can control the whole stick. And these fingers actually don't really do that much. It's just there for some guidance. So the stick doesn't fall out of your hand. So it's basically, this is the big fulcrum. And then these sort of wrap around. And when when your hands are sort of placed like this, if you could sort of see in the video, this is what's called matched grip, because both sticks are matched. This was invented, I'm going to show you this next one. This is called traditional grip. When you sort of have this fluffy ass freaking thing happen in your hand, is a whole different fulcrum. But drums, he says they're straight now. Back in revolutionary days, when the drumming was like really coming about, they have it on a sling, and it would sort of be like this.
Oh, off on the side.
Not even on the side. It was like sort of off on the side because they still have to march with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they would have to play it like this. You know what I mean? So it was you couldn't really like reach over. You're not getting a lot of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it used to be tipped. That's why it's called traditional grip, but it's actually a little bit harder to play like this on a flat drum. You know what I mean? You see a lot of jazz guys do this, and I still do this too. I just do not have the best technique with it. Jazz drummers still do this. You can get like I feel like if I'm playing jazz, I can get like a little lighter touch with the...
Yeah.
But I have less control because I don't have the same facility.
Yeah.
So I usually just...
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I never really liked playing like this because of the control thing. Like,
you want to do it with your dominant hand too.
So
I'm saying you want to do it with your dominant, because that's your right hand, right?
Yeah.
Your right hand I'm saying your non-dominant hand has to do the fancy shit. Yeah. And like
that's awful.
I know,
so weird doing that.
I know. The fulcrum here is sort of, it's like a push-pull thing.
It's more...
Yes. But also these fingers sort of guide it.
Yeah.
These fingers over here sort of guide it. And there's plenty other ways to grip it. I mean, there's like French grip where people play like this. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird to me, but for all intents and purposes, I would say when I teach my students, you want to basically do match grip. Unless they're doing drum corps, which most drum corps, like marching, like a high-level marching band, that's when they bust out the traditional grip, which I did for a little bit, but I did bass drum, so I didn't have to. Yeah. Which is hard, but it's fun. So that's the main holding the stick. We're going back. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm a little all over the place with it, but we're going back. So now that you have your sticks and you're holding your sticks and you have this fulcrum here, what I want you to do is tighten these fingers ever so slightly and just look what I'm about to do.
All right.
You want to let it bounce as much as possible.
All right.
When you tight here.
Oh, and so like a rapid?
Right. This is going to sort of start you on doing a drum roll. This is how you do a drum roll. if you tighten here and loosen these fingers and let the stick roll. Like when we did a drum roll at the beginning.
Yeah.
If I tried to do it like all singles, that would be impossible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm getting multiple bounces out of one. So I'm doing. Look actually how fast my hands are going. Not the notes. My hands are moving very
slow.
Very slow. I'm getting multiple bounces out of it. Control. Fundamentals. These are the things that are important in drumming. Next thing I want to teach, and that was kind of, you should also practice, as much as you want to practice the multiple bounce, you also want to practice hitting once and getting no bounce. Yeah. And that right there is the first rudiment. I don't know if you've heard of rudiments before.
Yeah.
Rudiments are the building blocks and the patterns of drumming. I'm going to teach you 3 of them.
All right.
I'm going to teach you 3 of them.
Right.
I feel like we had such a great podcast before the learning part started.
Well, no, this is the important, because then we'll go off from here. We'll learn.
Word.
And then we'll play. We play, we learn, we play.
Yeah, fuck yeah, son. Fuck yeah, son. Okay, so rudiments.
Right.
Rudiments, the word rudiment just means like the beginning of something, or like, like the...
Basic.
A basic thing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure that's kind of what it means.
It's rudimentary.
Yeah, rudimentary means like a basic ass thing.
Yeah.
So these are the basic assness of drumming. All patterns. And it's a lot of finesse and control as we go faster and faster and faster and slower too. It's actually really hard to play slow. And what I wanted to do is, very important thing about drumming, Tim.
All right.
Is steadiness and keeping a steady beat.
Yes, timing.
Timing is very, very, very important. Everybody's looking at you in a band scenario. Yeah. Everybody's looking at you to be like...
Be the metronome.
Be the metronome. And the thing about metronome and timing, if you're playing, like... evenly enough. This is just being comfortable. This is giving everyone comfort. In terms of, I know exactly when the next beat is coming and exactly when to play next. I don't have to worry about when to put this note I'm about to play, so I'm about to focus on the note instead of where to put it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So a very important thing about that is actually practicing with a metronome. Damn.
Which that is, so like, I have the tendency to slow down, like whenever I'm playing. Like, I'll start off fast and slow down, and
you just get tired.
People hate that.
Yeah, you get tired. People hate that. People hate it even more when you're rushing, to be honest.
Yeah.
People hate that because it's like, what the fuck are we rushing here for? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's intense. It's fucking intense. And I got a metronome on my phone. You can actually, for all you guys trying to like be timekeepers out there, I think it's a pro metronome app that I think I bought for like $1 or like $2.
Yeah.
And you get these nice metronomes like that are just metronomes, so like 50, whatever you want. And there's a free version of this, and I think the legit one is $2 on your phone. Yeah. So definitely consider it.
Yeah.
And we're gonna start at a good old andante moderato, walking moderately in Italian. Right? right, walking moderately. Right? So I think we should just sort of start with our single stroke roll. Are you a righty or lefty?
I am a righty.
So I'm gonna start with our right hand first. Repeat after me before you play. All I'm going to do is, this is on the quarter note. This is on the beat. I'm literally going to go right, left. No bounces. You're literally trying to get one note. Good. You see how hard it is? The slowness is actually...
It's harder.
It's harder because you have to wait. There's a lot of time with your stick in the air. This is something you want to practice because I'm already seeing right now, this is your first time, it's going to happen, but you're like rushing because there's so much time for your stick to be in the air. I kind of have like a resting position with this. You see my stick sort of like, my other stick spot. That's it. And honestly, if I'm playing light, I can go. Doesn't really have, the whole motion of it is just an up. And like, see how It's like it's very controlled.
It's all wrist too. You're not moving your arms at all.
I can move my arms if I want, but really it's all really what I'm trying to do too is like you could just do a stick drop and like a drop catch thing too. See, we both got off there from talking. But what I would do, this is what's called the single stroke roll. One stroke per and one hit at the same time. You see?
Yeah.
A single stroke, you're throwing the stick and it's one stroke.
Yeah.
Bang. 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 You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and if we did that, I'm going to do double. That's speed. And I'm only doing this because that's technically what's called the eighth note. We were playing a quarter note there. This is technically called the eighth note.
Yeah.
Meaning it's double
time.
Yeah. And we could do that, and that's might be a little easier too. Right, left, right, left. Very good. And you're tightening up. You want to try to be as loosey-goosey as freaking possible while still maintaining a disciplined tempo. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm not very tight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm a little loose. Like this is you. You're like, you know what I mean? You're like, I always just get that too. In 7th grade when I was doing it, they used to call me the Macy's parade drummer boy because I'm like on the top of Macy's just like, dirt. It just takes years of practice, you know what I mean? And it's actually fun things you can do with the metronome. So like check this out, like this is the tempo, right? I could play double time without switching it. I'm playing 2 notes per beat. Still a single stroke roll, but now I'm trying to line it up more. This is like fun little metronome games you can sort of play with yourself. Like I also could set it to, I wonder if I could set it to, I might have the shitty one actually, but if I'm setting it, I kind of have the shitty one. Anyways, but like sometimes when I do at home with my drum set, I'll have it set to like a really slow tempo, but it's really just hitting the 1.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm playing like a 4/4 beat, and I get 1. Doot. You know what I mean? And it's like all this time I'm supposed to be having maintained, and I'm smacking the 1 exactly where it's supposed to go.
Exactly.
There's a lot of fun ass things you can do with it. You know what I mean? And this again is the building blocks of it all.
And it's teaching you like how to keep rhythm in your head too. Like,
it's hard. It's hard because you're not a metronome.
Yeah.
And back in the day, like Ringo and all those guys I was sort of talking about before, they wouldn't play the metronomes. It's not like they'd have headphones playing the metronomes. You had to really, it's your version of the time.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of songs. I would say the last really great rock drummer to do this was Stuart Copeland of the Police.
All right.
Had a really great sense of, excuse me, Orion's getting me. Orion's bubbly inside me. Orion Two Bridges is bubbly. He had a really great sense of, too, doesn't have to maintain the same tempo the whole song. The chorus can have like a different kind of feel in terms of the chorus is sort of pushing.
Yeah.
You want the chorus to be up and like, ha-da-da-da-da-da, and then we're back to the verse, and we're sort of in the same tempo, but it's a little slower because we're versing it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, nowadays it's, you know what I mean? It's like that, you know, which is good. But with music, we're musicians. We have all this like room and space to change, and that's what I was saying, like, stick control. Like, that's why the metronome's so hard, because you have to have control of the stick in all aspects of all of it. So it's like you're hitting, but it's like, while this stick is there, it's like, what's this stick doing? And on the upswing, you know what I mean? Like, how far am I going up? People measure inches. You know what I mean? That's a marching band thing. It's like, do your 11 inches, which means like you're going all the way up. Like, now do your 3 inches. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be that. And it's like very militaristic in terms of like, bam.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like throwing a lot on you. I hope I'm teaching you, because I kind of feel like you're like a vessel that I'm like throwing a bunch of shit at and like hoping sort of sticks. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, you're explaining things like, I always feel weird doing this because like I actually do know a lot of stuff. I'm not that dumb.
Hey, heard it here first on his own podcast.
I'm kind of dumb. Like
I'm fucking retarded.
There's. I don't think there's been anything that someone has like been like, hey, I'm gonna like teach you about this thing you know absolutely nothing about.
Word.
I don't think there. I'm like a jack of all trades. I know a little bit of everything. Baby.
Wow. Wow.
So I don't know. There could be somebody who's watching who's like, well, how did he get from here to there? I don't know. But I don't.
Word. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm having a good ass time. That's all I know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. So, all right. So the single stroke roll is the most important one, right? And I was trying to sort of lead you into what's now called the double stroke roll.
Ooh.
The double stroke roll is getting two, like, is basically you're getting I'm striking once and getting 2 strokes.
Ooh.
You see how you did a bunch of bounces?
Yeah.
2. It's not even a drop catch. It's just control. You're literally pinching, like there's the fulcrum. You're pinching it.
Oh yeah. See,
you're pinching it for like a second.
What I did was I moved my thumb off to the side.
Yeah, that happens a lot, man. It's like I'm going on 12 years.
So much easier with
I'm going on 12 years. Like I have a lot of years in me, you know what I'm saying? It does take time. And you got the strong hand and the weak hand, you know what I mean? So there's a French guy named Jacques Delacluse that I studied a lot in school because he was a very like big classical guy, and he's so big in the percussion community that like his books come out in Japanese and Chinese and Spanish and French and English, and even on some of the books. It is so popular and it's such an old book that it's like on a page it's like the English part, the French part, the Japanese part, the Spanish part. And there's a lot of exercises in it, but the biggest thing that I took away from it is whatever your non-dominant hand is, practice these exercises 3 times more with that hand. And he would be doing stuff like if we get there's another fun little thing like in terms of control that like could be a fun thing that like, you know, you all take with you or whatever. But if I'm going at like 90 and I'm playing, what I would do is this is like a thing that I would practice a lot in terms of you're just adding a note, but it's all the different subdivisions. You're talking about triplets and eighth notes, it's all the different subdivisions. So I'd be going with one hand, 2, 3, 4. You know what I mean? That's kind of fast, but I'd be trying to do that with one hand, all the different subdivisions.
Yeah.
Then to do that with the left, only 3 times. You know what I'm saying? Like really fucking practice it. Yeah. So that's a cool dude, Jacques Delacluse. Shout out to Jacques Delacluse. You're dead. But shout out to him. Shout out to him, son. Yeah. Definitely look up his book if you're interested in drumming. It's like the art of fucking snare drumming or some shit. It's like dope book. Dope. So you really got to practice it 3 times more. So the double stroke roll this is a single stroke roll, remember? Yeah.
Are all the names of the rolls so risque?
The double stroke roll.
No, only 2. 2. Did it.
I'm done.
Oh man. I'll tell you what, like I'm so used to just like sitting with like terrible pelvic position. It really fucks you up drumming. Like that's the one thing I learned like when I was playing. I was like, I need to sit up straight in order to play properly.
Why do you think I'm so good at this? Because I got a 2-inch dick. Nah, son. Yeah, it's crazy. Like posture is crazy. Like especially when you're at the kit. I was always told this, and I'm very bad at it. And I've seen a lot of drummers actually have bad posture and still be very, very good. Mm-hmm. But I always have, because I'm such a big fucking dude, I'm always like slumped over because I have so much fucking big ass head that my body is just like not trying to keep it straight. You know what I mean? But yeah, you have to have your back straight. You're like sitting on like the edge of your seat. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like people really like you're supposed to sit like right on the edge of it so it keeps your back straight and shit. And like Yeah, that's like the main posture.
And especially when you have pedals.
When you got these pedals, you got to put them in the exact right spot, and that's why I wanted to bring the pedals and stuff because it is like a dance.
Yeah,
I think most people,
exactly. No, that's exactly what I tell people, that like anyone can play the drums if they can dance.
Yo, it is exactly
once you,
like a dance.
Realize that that's what it is. Like it becomes so much easier.
You're just moving your body to the rhythm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it is like literally like a dance. You know, you're like boom, cha, boom, boom. You know what I mean? And you're playing like it's yappa dabba doo. Like you're playing like it's a whole dance in motion, and you're keeping that central rhythm throughout the entire thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And trying to keep it.
Yeah.
You know, and drumming and dancing and singing really goes back from forever.
Yeah.
Because drums were like the first instruments around. Drums and flutes were literally like the first instruments ever because they were so easy to make.
People picked up sticks and just like...
Yeah, or started hitting stuff. And my favorite, this is just a fun little anecdote. I know this has been an anecdote-heavy podcast, but my favorite little anecdote is percussion in German is called... I forgot the exact name. It's like Schlagspiel or something like that, but it literally translates to hit stuff. And that's what you're basically doing, especially in the classical world. I was not playing the snare drum a lot. Like you do in private rooms, but there's triangle and cymbals and tambourine and da 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 da. And you got to get a good sound, and not only a good sound, but crafting music out of all that shit.
Well, I think like glockenspiel is considered percussion, right?
It is, yeah, 1,000%. 1,000%.
That's literally like a piano that you play drums on.
It's a piano made of metal that you have to hit with a tiny little hammer and not make it sound like garbage.
Yeah.
Yo,
and
it's a task. Like that is a task. Like you got to hit it with like you got some nice mallets, but brass mallets. Yeah. Oh yeah, 4 mallets is this.
And like that.
Yeah, that's how I use 4 mallets. Da 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 da. I've seen people do 4 mallets and stuff, but it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. And it turns on the bells because 4 mallets, the big thing about 4 mallets is these are mallets, but like you have to you're always like sort of, okay, well, maybe you have to play a C and a D next to each other, or maybe you have to play a C and a C, an octave apart. So it's like I have to do this. So you're always like constantly and like moving around, and that's a whole different, whole different podcast. But hit stuff, that's what percussionists do. And what I wanted to sort of experiment, sort of show you sort of maybe towards the end of the podcast, I don't know what our time is, but you're sort of like as a percussionist, you're sort of like a mad scientist of what sounds can I create.
Yeah.
Not in terms like what stick on what drum, but like what part of the drum. This and that, what part of the stick. Can I put something on the drum? Like, for example, stuff is going to sound different when you mix things together. Am I going to, like, a stick on a drum is going to sound different than than a timpani thing on a drum, you know what I mean? Or then a glockenspiel brass mallet is going to sound different than like you know what I mean? So you're kind of like this mad scientist. Yeah, exactly. Out of a snare drum alone. Yeah. Out of a, oops. This is like, because it comes in my head too. It's like my brain. It's like just gets shuddered. My bad. Nah, but like, okay, so this is what's called this is called a snare drum.
Yeah. So, and then you're playing it without the snarey part.
Without the snarey part. So when you turn the snare on.
Yeah.
It's because if you really wanted to teach stuff, it's because when you flip it over,
it's got
these have these snare parts on it that I am controlling and can take on and off. And these drums are both like 14 in diameter, 14 inches in diameter across this side. And this, I think, is about 3.5 or 4 deep. And that also becomes it's like, all right, it's going to sound deeper. There's all these different kinds of drums.
There's like the piccolo snares.
The tiny ones. Yeah. And again, just to nerd out, if you're trying to be dorks, the snare side head is always very thin because you want the snares to react as quickly as possible when you hit it. If it's a thick head, it's gonna have a much different sound. Yeah. And up top is where you have I have a Remo Power Stroke.
Ooh.
Power Stroke P3 coded.
Stroke. Yeah, so sexual.
Yeah. Drumming is very sexual. And he has a gay butt sex drum head on the on the top there.
Never mind.
Yo, son, we didn't even go into the double stroke roll yet. So, yeah. What's our time? Just.
We're at an hour.
Are we already at an hour?
Yeah.
Holy fuck balls, son! And this moves so quickly. Moves so quickly. Oh my god! All right, so I want to do 2 more rudiments, and then maybe you want to wrap it up.
Yeah.
All right. Word. All right. So, snare drumming. Oh, and I'll do I want to do so much shit. I brought so much shit. I brought so much shit. All right, so a couple more things. I'm gonna be on the drum. He's gonna stay on the pad, just to make sure it's not too much cacophonous. Yeah. And we'll do it on like here. I'll put muffling is important too. Muffling is just a little important, so it's a little like crazy. Phone is not the most ideal thing to put on there, but muffle it. Sounds a little bit more, so it's not like woo, like ringy. Yeah. This is also a mad out of tune drum. I literally lifted it off of 2 years of not playing it to bring it here. So it's mad out of tune. I want to talk about tuning a little bit and like what all the little parts are, but maybe that'll be super gay.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean that also like when I played drums for like 2 years, I never even learned how to tune.
That's what I'm saying. That's something I could legit teach you, Tim, instead of talking about fucking Mark Jobs.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's mad fun. I'm having a good ass time for real. No, I'm just saying that's something I could have taught. You know what I'm saying? We'll do like a bonus episode of actual shit people that want to know about the drums. Because this is fun too. No, but muffling is important. All right, so single stroke roll, we remember, is right, left, right, left, right, left. One more important thing I wanted to tell you too, Tim, is you always want to, if you're practicing your single stroke roll starting on the right, you also want to start on the left.
Is there a reason why?
You just want to make sure you be able. These rudiments are just to tell you that you're able to do anything in sort of an informed, you know what I mean? Like if I needed to start on the left, or if I needed my left hand to like start something and I'm leaning, because let's say you're playing Wipeout or something easy, like some like thing like that.
Yeah.
Imagine for some neat reason, I'd actually need to start with the left. You know what I mean? It just makes sure you're not, gives you more facility, so when you are creating something, it's like cool and good and what you want it to be, instead of like, I don't know how to start with my left hand, so I'm all constantly crippled to do the same shit. You know what I mean? So all of these, you want to make sure you start with your left hand too sometimes. Yeah. You want to practice it, you want to do your right. You want to, and what I do is, if I'm setting it to doop, 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 I want to do like, I would do, like I'm doing that metronome wise, I would do it like this. I'd basically do it for like 5 minutes.
All right.
And then 5 minutes starting on the left too, basically. Yeah. Or 20 times through of going like, this is one time through, would be like, that's one time through. So do that like 20 times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you do it on your left. 3, 4. It's different, right?
Yeah.
It feels a lot different, right? Because you want your right hand to sort of be leading you on the big notes. When you start with your left hand, your right is on the all these upbeats that you're not thinking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when I'm trying to do it, I'm thinking, when I have my leading hand, I'm literally thinking like, you know what I'm thinking about this. This is my leading.
You know, it's weird. My hand is late on the left.
It's just time, yeah. Yeah,
like
that happens.
My first right hand, because I'm trying. Yeah, I'm trying to think about it. Yeah, it's weird.
It just gets in your brain. That just happens. But as I'm saying, your left hand's weaker. You wanted to like really like pull it along and shit.
Yeah.
So the next thing, come on, you
pull it together.
The next thing is the double stroke roll.
Yeah.
That's when you do. You don't even have to do like a. That's going to come with time. What I want to do now is similarly speed is going right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. This is the double stroke roll. You got good technique already, bro. You got actually really good technique.
I had a good teacher.
Hey, you little cutie fucking pie, son. Look at you being all cutie freaking cutie pie, son. Yo, but that's it. And see, this is like the faster and faster you go. This is what I was trying to explain. the faster and faster you go is where the more finesse comes in. So with a single stroke roll, right, I get to a point where my wrist is not cutting it. Ready? So like this is gonna be like the fastest my wrist can play a single stroke roll. I'm not even trying to like flex.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not even trying to flex, but that's like all my wrists. I can't go quicker than this. It's just unhumanly possible. So what I'd have to do is there's like a technique where you're throwing. So you start throwing the stick and trying to throw them like almost at the same time to get this like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm sorry if the sound is shitty for that, but it's like You know what I mean? I'm doing these like
it's like
finesse and like I'm trying to hit the
them.
bounces. Yeah, I'm trying to hit the bounces in between. You know what I'm saying? Like there's all this other things going on. And so that's why I really want to practice like the very slow shit.
Because I can feel myself like catching it.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm saying. That's the finesse.
Something like, how do you? So your 3 fingers when we went over that they're like all just kind of like pressure control.
Yeah.
Do you feel like? So like this should be like step 1, and then this should be like step 2.
No.
Kinda. You feel like it should all be.
You don't really want to practice like this. You never really want to practice like that unless you're really good in the facility of like, I know how to hold my sticks, and I'm like, I know how to hold my sticks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's kind of like, that would be breaking the rules before you learn them, kind of. What you're saying. You need to really learn the rules before you can break them, kind of shit. Yeah, because I guess if you're really trying to flex that fulcrum muscle, but like I said, it's all the squeezing is really here, and this is just to make sure it doesn't fly out of your hands. Like, I'm not really catching. There's like a drop catch kind of thing that you can do, and there's a bunch of different techniques that people have sort of like crafted and formed over time.
Because when I'm like, my tendency is to let it double and then tighten this so that it doesn't.
But like you don't want to hold it like you're fucking eating it. You know what I mean? Like you never really. The second you're getting tense, the same thing like guitar. The second you're getting tense, it's just gonna come out tense, like a choked double, like. You know that doesn't sound that like. That's a little bit more, you know what I mean? And eventually, that's when, again, we're getting faster. We're doing a little bit more technique. So we're practicing this and this catch, and we're getting faster. There's a point where I'm going to start having to squeeze my fulcrum and not doing these double wrist things. There's a point, I'm just going to say that again, just in case people missed it. There's a point where I have to squeeze my fulcrum. You know what I mean? As I get faster. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm just, and you can sort of see as I'm going, I am doing 2 strokes. And again, as I get faster, my hands are not moving that fast. But my hands are moving that fast, but it sounds like a lot of notes really quickly. It sounds impressive as fuck.
The drum doing
like,
the
this
work.
Is, Like if you have a practice pad and a girl you're trying to get wet, like that's what you do. You do the double stroke roll, and it's like, wow, I can really play. Or a guy that you want to get wet, or a freaking something else. You know what I mean? I don't want to say because I feel like it's changing every day. Also, that's not a comment on that whole lifestyle either. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. No comments on that lifestyle. I'm a huge fan. I'm just saying. You know, if you're trying to get someone fucking riled up in the pants in the genitals area, double stroke rolls where it's at, son.
Or like if you're not into pant genitals, if you're into like foot genitals, you can also this whole maybe you're into hand genital. I don't.
I'm into genital tentacles. That's what I'm into.
Gentle Tentacle. I always thought would be a good band name.
That's like a shoegazer band, I feel like. Yeah, son. All right, so the last rudiment I want to teach you, because the 3P, is a combination between the single stroke roll and the double stroke roll. It's called a paradiddle. 2 singles and a double. And then 2 singles followed by the other double. And this is like, I'm still fucking loving this rudiment. I'm still loving the other 2 too, but those are like rooting block. You know, you can do a lot. You really can do a lot if you open your brain with this. So The pattern is, remember talking about patterns. Again, with the drumming, it's just like patterns you're kind of thinking up with on the fly. Right, left, right, right. Left, right, left, left. 2 singles and a double, followed by the corresponding 2 singles and that double.
Yeah.
Break it down nice and slow for you real quick. 1, 2, let me do it real quick.
Yeah.
2, ready, go. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. Right, left, right. So 2 singles, right?
Yeah.
Single, double. Single, double. And the thing that sort of anchors me is that first note. I'm gonna do a double here, which means I'm gonna left. I'm just double to left. It means I'm gonna back to right.
All right.
And a right double, and we're at left. Left double, and we're back at right. You know what I'm saying? So let's do that a little slow, like literally like smack, 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 kind of slow. 1, 2, with me. Here we go. Right. Left, right, right, left, right, left, left.
Yeah, I lost.
I can see your brain. Like I'm looking at your hands and then driving up to your brain, you know? Yeah, son. It's hard.
Yeah.
And it's coordination. Like it's legit coordination.
Yeah.
That's the big one that stumps a lot of people. And I think there's like a list of 40 that you can find on vicfirth.com, you know, a bunch of funny little names, you know what I mean, like Paradiddle, and there's Paradiddle Diddle and Triple Paradiddle Scooble, you know what I mean? There's like all these like fun little names.
Yeah.
That you can go look at your leisure, or as we're watching at home, your leisure, you know, the rudiments. Like this is the building blocks. But I'm telling you, that like literally, if you're getting your Paradiddles down, that is unlocking like so much shit. And a fun Bonham song, immigrant song, you know, you know that song?
Yeah.
You know that song? So, because then you start using your 2 limbs as rights and lefts. You know what I'm saying? Patterns. Patterns.
Yeah.
So that is literally between the right foot and the left hand. That whole song, he's basically just doing paradiddles and keeping like a beat with his right hand. He's literally going foot, left, foot, foot, left, foot, left, left. He's doing that shit, bro. He's doing that. So it's like, it'd be going, yeah, he's doing a lot of different things, and I just kind of did it shitty, but like that's kind of what he's doing. You know what I mean? Like he's doing patterns and creativity and all that shit. And the fun things I like to do is like move the note a little bit. So instead of like right, left, right, right, could be like left, right, right, left, right, left.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we're just moving it over one.
Yeah.
And all these freaking possibilities and patterns.
Yeah,
and
they open
all
up.
these things. Yes, Tim Rage. That's what I'm saying. And that kind of correlates to everything in terms of patterns and you know, fun little shit.
and then you can go into where you're doing like a single roll for a measure, then a paradiddle for a measure, and then or a single, double, then
all
paradiddle.
That shit. And I literally only were just scratching the surface of all this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And practice the metronome. For anyone watching who wants to learn drums, metronome, 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 metronome. Cannot stress it enough. Figure it out. Now, also, what we talked about before, play the music. Play the music that you like.
Yeah.
Have the music in your headphones. Try to play along with the drummers playing. If you can't do it, fine.
Yeah.
You're in the practice room at your house. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But those are the 2 things. Like practice the metronome, then practice with along to music. Find people that can like play, even if they're shitty or they're good, play with them. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm so jealous of kids now because of electric drum sets.
1,000%.
Because like the big thing, like even like now as we're recording, I'm like, oh, I hope my dad doesn't hate me. Yeah. But like now, like you can play at midnight and all you hear is.
Yes, exactly. Right, exactly.
Like it was not the same when I was younger. Like you had There wasn't electric. You had to play a full kit play a full kit.
You want to really hear a funny story?
Yeah.
And I love my mother and everything. We actually got an electric kit for me because it was like, the freaking noise in the mouth. It's not a great impression of my mother, but that's what I heard at 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I would try to even play my electric drum set in the house, and she'd be like, "What the I can't even try to." It's like, what? It's like, what? There's nothing we can do.
Yeah, it does not get quieter than this.
It's exactly.
It literally does not.
I'm just trying to live a dream here, man.
Yeah.
Man, I'm living my dreams. You know what I mean?
My parents bought me like this electric kit, and it was like a cheaper one, so it wouldn't pick up on doubles.
Oh,
so it would just be the one.
Yeah,
because like now like they have like the super sensitive ones with the triggers and yeah.
They have ones now where it looks like a legit cymbal instead of a fucking
yeah. There was this guy who played. I saw him at Stone Pony.
Nice.
And he played a full kit, but he had it triggered.
Yes.
And then
a lot of people do that. Yes.
So like it wasn't the actual kit noise. It was
yes.
So like, but he also then was able to when bands do like that, they start out the song and it sounds like it's playing through a tin can.
Oh yeah, he was able to do that.
So like live, he had like a pedal board attached. So like. He's playing, and then, like, in the middle, like, for the breakdown, he, like, all of a sudden turns on the pedals, and he's doing his fill.
Wow.
And then, like, so, like, it was super impressive to watch. And, like, I think I was, like, the only person who realized what he was doing.
Probably,
because I was, like, right off on the side of the stage. And I was like, the drummer have a pedal board? it, like, blew my mind. I was like, wow, so he's getting whatever drum sound he wants in that moment. I was like, that's fucking impressive.
It is really impressive, yeah. And like I see a lot of people trigger shit. Like, I had to do it when I was in a wedding band, like, because it was like, I only had my bass drum triggered so I could go the 808, like yeah. So I would just be like, bloop. You know what I mean? But a lot of people do a lot of fancy shit, especially now. There's so much that people do.
Yeah.
Have those like little rolling setups.
They have
shit.
the pad
yeah,
thing
that's what I'm
set
saying.
up.
Right. And honestly, that thing, like the one that looks like a big square that has like the 3 like up top that are little, but it's just 6 pads there.
Yeah.
That thing is literally like a beast of a thing that could do anything you ever wanted in a million years.
Well, that's the thing too. Like the thing I'm realizing, like the future of music, like people aren't gonna play instruments really that much anymore.
Word. I mean, I'm hoping that there can be like a nice little melding of them both, because you really don't want to lose the tradition.
Yeah.
And something like for me, like I'm an unathletic kid. You know what I'm saying? So like sports, like I would try and just suck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like just suck and like have no. What am I good at? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I had none of that for a while until I found the drums. As I'm saying, that is similarly in terms of teaches you what getting better is and discipline and like all those sort of things about learning something new. You builds you as a better person.
Yeah.
So that's a big reason why I'm hoping it never ever goes away. And there's a lot of things that can be combined with technology and sort of the human spirit. You know what I mean? I don't know if you've seen a lot of saxophones use guitar pedals.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Like they have those like I don't know if it's exactly a lavalier mic. You know what a lavalier mic is?
The little tiny one.
They put it on the bell and they feed that signal through like pedals, so it's like delay and fucking overdrive and like rad shit. I've seen it, and it's looping.
Yeah,
rad shit. Rad shit.
You know I think it's Mark Ribochet.
Oh, the guy that's like, I'm gonna fuck your pussy.
Yeah. He does like the live stream.
Right.
Sundays.
Yeah.
That guy, he cracks me up. I love.
He's cool. He has a that kind of like,
and then he'll do the rap voice. But
yeah.
like he does like all that live, and like literally the only instrument you see him play is the piano and the keyboard.
Right.
And
he has that live looper.
Yeah. Which is like a Reggie Watts kind of thing.
Yeah, I kind of like fucking Mark Ribbolay better than Reggie Watts in terms of I like Reggie Watts, but I like that little style, that little white boy funk style more than whatever.
Do you know Jordan Manglona?
No.
He's a South Jersey comedian who does like a similar style to that.
Cool.
Yeah, and he's an amazing musician. Like
wow.
Like I actually met him 12 years ago doing music open mics.
What?
And he had like just started doing comedy a little bit. And like he's fucking funny. He's like an out there guy, but he's an amazing musician.
Wow, that's
so
awesome.
if you ever like see him on something, go check him out.
Oh yeah, definitely
yeah.
will. I'm just never down here, you know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
And I'm taking this drive down here. I'm like, why the fuck was this kid? Why the fuck I ever see this kid at the Wawa? Like what? You know what I mean? I literally, I love that place. Don't get me wrong, but a big reason I love that place is like. Psh, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
I really have a lot of respect, like you, Picaro, and like all those guys. That I was like, why the fuck would you ever come here? It's like, how you get hammered and do blow and then drive an hour away? The Wallace Social Club is a great place. I've never done that in a million years there. Not in a million years. I'm not even trying to cover my tracks right now by saying any of this. God damn it, Tim. Do a Star Wars wipe and cut us out of this fucking thing. He said cocaine in a place we all know.
Definitely not hanging out with cops and doing all that
Never,
stuff. No.
never in a million years. It's a great place. You got to go there. There's like mics every fucking day there. You know, go. It's sick, super sick. In fact, are you on it? Are you on the next Hells Yes?
I'm not. But
that's fuck it.
Steve Picaro's birthday.
Yeah. Oh, Steve Picaro's birthday.
Yeah. Are you on it?
No.
Yeah,
I practically had to beg to get on that one. I didn't actually have to beg. I think it was just timing.
Yeah,
and Aaron likes me, but Aaron likes you too.
Yeah.
Love Aaron.
Yeah,
got no bad shit to say about Aaron.
Yeah, that's why I try to do the 50-50 or sell the punch just so I can do 5 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. Something, yeah, something.
Well, it's weird too because like I don't know, like I like brought my parents to the first Wawa that I did. The first Hell Yeah that I did.
That's awesome.
So I was like, yeah, it was fun. My aunts came out too.
That's sick.
Yeah, they had a good time. It was outside, so it was like
mine was
super
outside
cold.
too. No, super cold.
Yeah, that's actually, I think that was like when I started to actually come around to WoW. I think I went either to that Hell Yeah or to like one mic before that Hell Yeah.
That was a good Hell Yeah.
Yeah.
I still got the video from that.
Yeah,
I still got the video. That's my only. It's funny. Matt Rivera, you know Matt Rivera, super nice guy, but he was like booking some show or something recently, and I thought he'd see me do good there or whatever because I have done good in front of him.
Yeah.
He goes, "Send me a tape." I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
it feels.
I don't think I've
super
texted him
intrusive.
since then.
Yeah.
Because the only tape I have is that, and then half of that is like me getting very mad at like the fucking everybody talking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The half of it is, you know.
But you had a good riff on it.
I did, but you know, it's funny. I showed my parents that. And I was super proud of it. And they go, "Why do you have to curse so much?"
Oh yeah.
I was like, "Guys, clean comedy is hard, and I'm just not there yet."
Yeah. Well, what do you think? My parents. I talk about dicks for 5 minutes. Parents are like, let's see, he's 35 and not married, and he only does stage time about dicks. Like I swear, I'm not. It's okay if you are.
I might in 3 years if I don't get any pussy.
Yeah. It's getting close.
It's getting close. Just like clenching your fucking knees. It's like it's getting close. Oh my gosh. I'm up to here with cum.
Somebody relieve me.
God damn it.
I'll just close my eyes. I don't.
That's the thing too, because there's so many fucking guys who get no pussy in comedy, and I feel bad for girls. I feel bad for the girls that do come because like they literally all they have to do is like show up and be there, and fucking so and so will be like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's just like, bro, can you get it a comeback more than once?
Yeah,
you fucking idiot. Like,
Yeah.
Definitely
That's
pro
right.
tip to anyone doing comedy: get pussy before you start going to these mics because the girls, the girls are just usually the sweetest people I've ever met. Like, and they just don't. Now, I don't want to say don't deserve it, but like they don't deserve you being like a fucking come up to your eyeballs, fucking creep ass guy. Like they really don't deserve that. They're very, like, and I can't really think of any girl like that's not the sweetest.
Yeah.
Freaking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's.
I can't think of anyone.
Honestly,
like
strange that there's not there's no bitches in comedy.
I mean, there are because like some of them are kind of bitches. You know what I mean? Like, but in the best way. They're like bad bitches. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, in like the best way. But it's just like, I don't know how it went to there, but it's just like I think it was me and Tim talking about being gay.
Yeah,
I don't want my freaking.
We like women. We love women.
Yeah, we love women. Yeah,
They're the best.
They're the best. I just don't want freaking.
Treat them with respect. We're like,
who's a scooter girl? I want scooter girl to show up and be like, you know what I'm saying? Be like, I showed up. What? I showed up and I'm a 7. What?
Poor
just like,
Carrie.
what?
Aw.
I got a scooter. I'm the cutest freaking patootis you ever seen. What? You know what I mean? I wanted to come.
Yeah,
I want to come and have a good ass time.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to. It's just like, I'm in a winter coat. What? Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I feel like that goes rampant. You know what I mean? Because, like.
Well, also, like, so we do this 7 days a week.
As I'm saying.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And this is our social structure. So when some girl comes in, it's like,
yeah. It shouldn't be like that. Get pussy. For the love of God, get pussy.
yeah. Or be super funny.
Or something. Yeah, something. Fucking something.
Yeah.
I think I
Don't
heard.
be creepy, be funny.
Yes. Who's that girl? It wasn't Scooter Girl. Some other girl came through. Who's Scooter Girl? I'm sorry to keep calling Scooter Girl. You know her, right?
Carrie Costa.
Carrie Costa's awesome.
Hilarious comedian.
Awesome. Super duper cute.
Yeah.
Not trying to dive head first between her legs because I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? Not doing that. Super cute, super cool, super funny. Has a scooter. Some other girl came through and like, I forget who it was, but literally got some guy like walks out of the bar. It was like me and Aaron, and that like girl walks past her, and like I fucking see him almost like Pepe Le Pew going like a cartoon like dancing after. Like he says something like fucking it's my mission to woo her. I'm a hopeless romantic, and I'm like. Yeah, emphasis on hopeless, you fucking Gucci-mungo, you fucking bitch.
Just
like,
desperate.
come on, yes. Get pussy, please. We want more girls to come out and not feel creeped out.
Yeah.
I know I'm really just talking at myself through all of this, but please.
Positive affirmation.
That's what I'm saying, son. I would love it if more girls could come out and feel super duper 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 comfortable.
Yeah.
You know
well,
what
that's
I mean?
the weird thing. So, like, comedy has given me confidence in a way that like I can talk to anybody about anything now. Like I don't feel restricted.
Yeah, me too. I've definitely
But that's because I'm comfortable. I was able to feel comfortable in a place in public speaking on a microphone.
Yeah.
If you do not feel comfortable speaking about anything, like I'm limiting your comedy then. You know what I mean? So like
I'm saying yes.
Yeah.
Dude, you hit the nail right on the head.
Yeah.
And you're talking about with girls.
Yeah.
Yes, they should feel comfortable so they can be funny. Yes.
Yeah, because what girl, like, all I do is make dick jokes. I know a lot of girls who just make pussy jokes.
My pussy. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But if they don't feel comfortable talking about whatever they want, aka their pussy, because like they're gonna be like, you guys like, oh, she said pussy.
Shut up.
Yeah, but like, I don't know, it's super weird, you know. But also, like, I want to say, like, don't be in a relationship when you start comedy. Like, I think that's the worst thing you could possibly do.
Why?
Because you do that, like, to get good, you need to do this 6 nights a week. You will completely neglect your personal, your significant other.
Yes, but I'm not a relationship expert by any means.
Yeah.
But I feel like makes girls like really fucking horny, and you have to get through the first. You have to get through that, but that is very, very like we have a thing in us. I have no idea how we got here, but we have a thing in us that's like, girl is sad. Absolutely not. We need to, you know what I mean? And that's hard for us to get through. But them is just like, you know what I mean? It's very, very not matter at all. Very very surface. You got to get through that, and it's like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, the thing is,
because girls like seeing like. I feel like girls love seeing men that are driven anything. Yeah. So if it's like, babe, I'm like gonna go. You know what I mean? It's like, can I come? It's like, you ready to have the worst time of your entire life? No. Then please don't come.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
like,
there's also like comedy, there's comedy couples, but then there's also like I know like shout out to poor fucking Kelsey Volk. She's a sweetheart for fucking sitting through every Monday and Tuesday open mic at Brighton Bar. She like does comedy occasionally, but she's a musician. She's a really good singer songwriter.
Cool. I don't know who this is, but shout out to her.
Carl, do you know Carl Callen at all?
No.
It's just such a weird divide between North and South Jersey.
It's just I don't know these people. Yeah. When you said that, I thought you were talking about Tony Loud's girlfriend, and I was like, I'm pretty sure her name's not Kelsey, but also I know her kind of as Tony Loud's girlfriend. Super sweet, yo. Tony Loud, shout out, and your girlfriend, super duper duper sweet. Like love her. I just forget her name at this moment, and I want to know her by her name, not as your girlfriend.
And Angelique, or is that Irv's girlfriend?
Fuck. She's super nice, this girl. Like, I saw her at RTB. I saw her at RTB after not seeing her for a long time. I was like, bitch! And you're like, bitch! You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Super duper sweet, but I'm blanking on her name right now. Freaking love you, girl, wherever you're at.
But they're, like, the people that patiently sit through open mics and don't do comedy. It blows my mind.
I mean, some people legit like it. Like Juggles. Like, Juggles likes it. Chris Chiappini.
Yeah.
He likes it.
Yeah.
And I kind of am pissed that, like, people are like, oh, you got to get up there and frickin' daka. And it's like, he's a fan.
Yeah.
He's a fan of this. Like, why are you trying to just make him another... Why are you trying to make him another guy we have to sigh through? Not even... I bet he might be good. It's like, you know... I'm, like, sighing through, like, 90% of it. And it's like, come on, I just want to get up. He's a guy that's a fan.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I want the fans. Bring more fans. Yeah, exactly. I hate the people. And it's always like, I feel like it's always the worst comics that say shit like that. Yeah. And not even the worst people, but like the guys that are the worst at comedy that don't get what it is. Yeah. They're just going up to, you know what I mean? Me. I'm still learning, but I know enough I want a fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, the worst people are always like, I'm gonna make sure you get up and like fucking be embarrassed like me.
Yeah.
It's like, no, why would you do that? This kid, like, it literally is not for everybody. Freaking guy with the kid with the hammer. Should have never done comedy, probably. And we should all have been smart enough. Like, I love the whole fucking open free speech aspect of it. Is like, come out and say whatever the fuck you want and da 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 da. It's really not for everybody, and someone like one of us should have been smart enough to like be like, no, you can't come back, or just like, bruh, like, But none of us were. And in fact, half of us were stupid, like being like, I'm gonna take you under my wing, bro. No, yeah.
Well, that's the thing. So like, there's a weird. It's like podcasting where like anybody can do this.
Exactly.
No.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's fucking, stand up, especially in this environment that we're in, both of us, it's like, it's not easy. It's not, it takes a toll on your brain and soul, like hardcore. It really, truly, truly does. And you callous yourself, and at the same time, you grow to let all that shit like roll off your back. Because, even if you're not like on stage, like Tim Rage is on stage and goes, isn't John DeMan such a fucking blah? And if I'm like, oh, Tim Rage said that, and I can't believe everybody said that about me. Everybody must think that about me all the time.
They laugh.
Yeah. It's like, of course, everyone's thinking about John DeMan all the time. They don't have lives. They're thinking about how that one time Tim Rage said that thing, and now it's entirely what my entire perception of myself. Even that, you have to be like, you son of, and it's already done. But it takes some fucking toll out of you. It's not for everybody, and I fucking hate it when people are like, well, I've been embarrassing myself for 3 months. I want to make sure everyone does this. It's like, no. Let's make sure no one does that, in fact. Maybe you should quit. Don't quit. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know. I completely agree that it's not it should not be for everyone.
It's really not, It's
like people, if you get up and tell me a meme in front of me, I don't walk out often.
Well, but Tim, you're like a writer.
Yeah,
like, and I noticed that about you. Like, you're writing, and I like don't. Yeah, I don't know. Like, and you know what? I really am like, hope this goes well. And that's kind of been my style for the whole time. And sometimes it's been real nice, and sometimes it hasn't. And boo fucking who? Yeah, you know what I mean?
It's the same thing with the writing stuff. Like, sometimes I'll spend hours on crafting what I think is a great bit, and then it goes up there, and because I don't have the personality that you do, like, to connect right away.
I feel like I have a shitty personality. Thank you so much, bro. Like, I feel I literally am like,
a fun, energetic personality that pulls people in right away.
Thank you.
Yeah. So like, But like it's funny that there is like two types of comedy. There's personality driven comedy, and then there's super writery comedy.
Yeah.
But then the best comedians mix the both. Where like that's why I always try to write a joke that nobody can tell but me.
That's great.
Yeah, like because that's the only way you're gonna be anybody. Like
the thing about posting too, like I think probably I'm definitely annoyed at the singing, and I think we all are a little bit, but I'm pretty sure none of us go up to him and go, I'm pretty sure I had a bit like that.
Yeah.
I'm sure no one's ever done that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like that's the thing. You ever write and post in your head?
You know what? So many people do that. Like this new kid, Chris Pernod, was like, I think, dude, a weekend was like, I'm pretty sure I wrote posting a joke. And I did that too. I remember doing that because you get the one-liners and you're trying, but those are hard.
Here's my posting joke.
Yo, Kimmy.
I have a joke. It's a... I forget the order of it now. I have a joke. It's wrapped in yarn. I'm sorry, it's a little inside baseball. Because the inside of a baseball.
Yeah. Rubber bands or some shit. Yeah. Yeah. That's so funny. I think I had a couple postman jokes, but again, I really don't write my shit down. A lot of fucking shit is just off in the ether for sure. But I thought I had something. I also have a one-linery kind of writing style, but thought I had something. I fucking forget. My favorite. Do you have a favorite posting joke? I think we'll end on this. We'll end on our favorite posting joke. So, is there like a way you wrap it up?
I just hit the button.
That's inside baseball.
Yeah. Probably it's actually I don't really have a favorite posting joke. I have a favorite bit that he does, like because he does the bits with the cards. I love the fucking when he was fucking around with the cards.
Oh, and like showing the joke and shit like that, or
he would like hand out a card. He would have 4 sheets, so one was hearts, aces, spades, and diamonds. And so he'd go and like pick a card, and like he'd fuck around with it. People like faster, come on! I only got so much. Like, I love when he does that. Like that's my favorite delivery system of his. But joke wise, maybe the fan one.
It's the fan one.
I set my air conditioner to fan mode and just shouted, Steve.
And my favorite of all time posting joke, because I do like a lot of them, is pine, oak, cedar. We're not out of the woods yet. I'm big into that joke, bro. I'm big into that shit, son. Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Shout out to Steve Postman, who's in Vegas right now.
Oh yeah, and actually he was one of the last episodes. Go buy his book, Surreal Cereal, on Amazon.
I'm gonna see if there's a fat bitch in here.
No, there's no fat bitches. There's all slender and sleek babes.
Oh no shit, son. Yo, no shit.
Yeah. It's like I don't want to give away the plot, but it's like there's a serial killer and a detective, and she tattoos, and she's very sultry.
Whoa.
And the detective is also very sultry.
Oh.
Yeah. And then there's also another character who's a man, so I don't think men can be sultry, but I'm sure he would be considered.
Did
sultry.
Steve Poston literally just use his English education degree to write one-liner puns and fucking lesbian porno scripts? Then she walks in with a trucker hat on, takes it off, and the rest of her clothes.
That's the beautiful thing about art, man.
Yeah, it could be anything, son.
Could be anything.
All right.
Thank you for coming down. Do you have anything you want to plug, your social or whatever?
I do not use social media because it bitterly. I'm very bitter about how much it is popular. Okay, so I like do it in the worst way, but I am in a rock band, ukulele infused punk rock band, the only one in New Jersey, the best one in New Jersey, called SpringWood, and I'm about to plug this right now. I don't know how many people watch this, but I'm going to plug the Facebook, and the Facebook is at the SpringWood Sound, the SpringWood Sound, SpringWood Sound, right? And the Instagram, which we need to bump the Instagram a little bit more because we have a little less followers on there. I'm gonna search it up real fast. Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm not sure when this is coming out, so I have a roast battle in Easton, PA on May 1st. I'm going against Ned Arnold, who
I know. Yeah.
I don't really know him that well.
He's kind of a weird kid, but very, very like nice, like soft spoken.
Yeah.
Really cool kid.
Younger.
I think he's younger than me.
Yeah. I know. All I know of him is that he beat Lemaire and some other guy in a roast battle where they did 2-on-1.
Wow.
Yeah, and he beat them. So like,
yeah, he's really
coming
smart.
with my A game.
Yo, yeah, you should. Yo, shout out to the one you did with Raph. That was hilarious.
Shout out to Comedy Fight Club. Go check them out on YouTube. Hilarious stuff.
I got a hilarious story to tell you when we end this because it's really funny.
All right.
I just wanted to say my Instagram for my band is springwood.ukulele.infusedrock. Check us out. We're actually playing at a very familiar spot for the comedy spot. We're going to be playing at the Reserve Club of Elmwood Park.
Hell yeah.
April 24th on Saturday. We're actually going to have the local Sayreville radio station has like these guys named Tara and Paul, the Duke and Duchess of rock and roll. They're going to be coming out and like introducing us and stuff like that. I think we're going to be playing for a good 2 hours with a bucket mic hosted by me to follow. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Mic, right?
That's the tiki mic. Everyone should come. More people, more fun.
Yeah.
And my guitar player is bringing out all of his gear to Elmwood Park and is not sure about whether or not it's going to be worth. We don't know how many people are coming. I am a bad promoter. I'm just starting this out. But please, April 24th. Hopefully it comes out before then. Please come.
It will, because that's either this weekend or next weekend. I'm not sure.
It is 2 weekends from now, from this moment.
Yeah. It's going to be a fun time.
It's going to be a great time, yeah.
Support local comedy, support local music.
You can do both by coming to this gig. Yeah. What? You can do both by coming to that gig, bro. Yeah. Yo, Tim Rage, I fucking love you, doggy.
I love you too, John DeMan.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, no problem.
This is so fun.
Thank you. I had fun too.
Word.
Play us out, Tim. Tim's kinda dumb, let's help him get smart. It's time to teach Tim stuff.